Madison and W265CD Madison. Take us anywhere on the free iHeartRadio app. Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Network is on the air. Talking Golf is brought to you by American Transmission Company, ATC, helping you keep the lights on, businesses running, and communities strong. American Family Insurance, insure carefully and dream fearlessly. Oak Park Place, offering senior living options for the lifestyle you deserve, with amenities and services for a carefree, independent way of life. And by the Princeton Club, a premier health club that combines state-of-the-art equipment with a highly trained staff and convenient locations. Now, here are your co-hosts of Talking Golf, Dennis Tiziani and Paul Brown.
And welcome to another round of Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network from Cherokee Country Club in Madison. Along with Dennis Tiziani, I'm Paul Brown, and another round of Talking Golf here. The John Deere Classic over the weekend, Tiz. Boy, the scores continue to go really low. Kim, 27 under par. He had 30 birdies over the weekend.
Yeah, that's a lot, and because the course was in really good shape, though, but it also was soft. So they could really throw darts, and when you can control that angle of inflection in such a fashion that you shoot it to your yardage without having to worry about going forward, the backspin, pretty much you can go, makes a whole difference. But even still, what did he win by? 8 strokes?
What is this having any impact overall on golf and the people that are playing it? When you start throwing numbers like that up, not everybody's capable of doing those kind of things,
but
are they?
If the greens were hard there, so that you couldn't control it like that, it would change the whole deal. But when you can throw a dart, these guys got it down to a 151.5. Boom. I can remember with Dean Beeman. I was watching him practice. Now, this is a name from the past, Dean Beeman. And I'm watching him hit balls. We're at a different course other than the course that we were playing at. And he's hitting a pitching wedge. And how far are you hitting that? 103. 103. That's what he was hitting it. He had a caddy out there with a baseball glove catching it, but there he is at 103 and then moving him around. So, they get it right down to, the yard, it's pretty good.
And we'll talk a little bit about the British Open more in detail a little bit later on in the show. By the way, Gary Van Sickle is going to be on tonight. Gary used to write golf for Sports Illustrated, still writing golf, though, for the Golf World. And Bobby Stricker is going to be on with us. Bobby's down in Illinois playing in the Women's Open down there. Shot a 76 in her first round. She's also the second alternate for the U.S. Women's Amateur Tournament that's coming up on the Badger women's team. So we'll go in more depth with Bobby. She'll be on the air in about 10 minutes or so. But you talk about the British Open. They're saying over there that the fairways may be faster than the greens. What in the world is that all about?
Well, and you watch and see what happens there. The scores won't be that low. When we're hitting it far and everything else, but when you can control that ball in the air, but once it hits the ground and you can't control it, some of them holes, they're going to run it right into the gorse. They're going to run it right into the berms, so they're going to have to lay it back.
Brent Snediger said the course is crispy enough that the average driver is going to be able to hit over a 400-yard drive this week in that tournament.
Right.
Not the long ball hitters.
Right.
The average guys are going to hit it.
You got to keep it out of the cross bunkers. You got to keep it out of the gorse. And the big thing, and when that kind of speed happens, because they have those undulating greens, I've played there a number of times, 3 or 4. And it's a tough place to play, They're going to have to back off. It won't be a driver course. You might be able to drive at 475, but watch how they bring it back.
So the irons off the tee could be a big thing in that tournament.
Huge. A guy like Tiger Woods. Wow. Hitting that stinger,
Yeah, in fact, Tiger said this may be the toughest course on the tour that they're playing at Carnoustie.
Yeah, it's a tough course to begin with. Like I said, I played there, and holy man, the wind blows, it just stops the ball right in the air. 208, I think it's 16, 208 yards. I had a driver. That's how strong the wind was. So if that wind starts to blow, that's something that you can't beat. You might be able to neutralize it, but you aren't going to beat it.
A couple of other notes in sports. Phil Mickelson's obviously over there playing, and He was quoted with the media at the British Open where they're getting ready for the tournament. He's taken ownership of what he did in that tournament. He said for his actions and the reactions now of the media and fans, I'm taking full responsibility. Basically, he said, I blew it, and I'm sorry. I've at least apologized. And
well, he's a closet genius. What are you going to do? I mean, come on. How many times you have to screw around to do this? I mean, why don't you concentrate on shooting low and get your attention by shooting low? That's what I would tell him. Come on. You're getting close to the senior tour now, and he's got to.
You think he'll even play on the senior tour?
Oh yeah, sure he will. No question. He follows the media. I mean, he follows he likes the light, so he's going to follow that, and he'll do good there. He does a tremendous amount of things for human beings around the world. We shouldn't let this little item get in the way, except what are you doing? What are you thinking about? How does a guy with that type and caliber of experience lose his mind? And it shouldn't be,
And one other note, in Madison, there is a trial going on involving the local golf professionals that were here for a long time at the Four Courses. That trial apparently is going to wind up, I believe, on Tuesday. People that hear the broadcast of this on the weekend, it'll be over by then. They're in the damages phase of that. But the bottom line, Tiz, correct me if I'm wrong, is whichever side wins in there, there'll probably be an appeal. So this thing isn't going to end.
There's no winner in this case.
Yeah.
My opinion, there is no winner. You had some guys who did a real good job there. And if I was to critique it, which on this show, I don't really, get into it that much, but really, you had guys that were 65, 66 years old. They were on their way out. Clearly, there could have been some compromise, some way.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you brought in some people that could talk some sense to those guys who were pros and the people there, but on the city side, these people had a very, 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 very good job for a long, long time, and it should have been addressed in contracts earlier. And I just think there is no winner in this. None at all. So I hope it gets over with and we move on. I'm a big fan of the city, obviously, when things that we do from an environmental standpoint, but also on the golf course part too. They do perform a function that's needed. Yahara Hills or Odana is that function. And we had to get it over with, and let's chalk it up to somewhere where, I don't know, maybe it just wasn't handled right.
And we'll have Bobby Stricker on the air when we come back after this timeout on the Golf Effect Radio Network.
With elevated tee shots featuring majestic 30-mile views into the surrounding bluffs and expansive greens that are fast and true, Wild Rock Golf Club in Wisconsin Dells should be on your must playlist this season. 5 sets of tee boxes challenge all skill levels, from scratch golfers to resort guests. Numerous lodging options and amenities are also available. Wild Rock Golf Club at the Wilderness Resort in Wisconsin Dells. Call us today at 608-253-4653 or book online at wildrockgolf.com. That's wildrockgolf.com.
He dreams of playing in the big leagues, which is taking a toll on your dreams. Most people don't think about their home insurance until something happens. But talking to an American Family Insurance agent today can mean your dreams have better protection tomorrow. Visit amfam.com/home for a quote and see if your insurance measures up. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
At Oak Park Place, they understand there are some loves that last a lifetime, like the love of the game, and they celebrate those things that make you uniquely you. Their community of friends, family, and caring staff provide support if you need it, while you enjoy your independence when you want it. Because they know that sharing memories of time well spent is just that. Time well spent. Learn more about senior living at an Oak Park Place near you. Visit oakparkplace.com.
In today's world, we're more plugged in than ever, and we don't think twice when we flip the switch to turn on the lights or boot up our computers. We count on the stable, reliable transmission of electricity. And that's what American Transmission Company is all about. We don't generate electricity, but our grid helps energize your everyday life. We're the vital link between power production and the people who count on it. American Transmission Company, helping to keep the lights on, businesses running, and communities strong.
The critics are raving. It's the hottest reservation in the city, and people wait months for a table. And now, it's finally time to take your seat behind the wheel of the 2018 E-Class at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. This is performance at its most tasteful. Refined power and Mercedes-Benz luxury with enough turbocharged torque to get you back in time for dessert. Visit MBUSA.com/E-Class to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Wisconsin. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen.
All right, she's ready to go.
Being a good role model. And it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Wisconsin
15 seconds.
so special? They do.
Actually, about
You
10.
do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
W265 CV Madison.
Back at Cherokee Country Club in Madison, talking golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network, along with Dennis Tiziani. I'm Paul Brown. And joining us now from the state of Illinois is Bobby Stricker. Bobby participating in the Illinois Women's Open Golf Tournament. Bobby, welcome to the show. I understand you shot a 76 today. Kind of recap your round down there in the Open Tournament.
I'm down in Illinois here, playing in the State Open. I shot 76. I had my dad on the bag today, which was really fun. Yeah, I played really steady. Hit a lot of fairways, didn't hit a lot of greens. Izzy's been keeping stats on me out there, my little sister. So she told me today that I hit about 8 out of 18 greens, which is not very good. But got a lot of stuff up and down. Chipped a lot of chip shots, pretty close to the hole, so it was no stress for a par. And then made one birdie in there. So it was a lot of fun.
Tell me about having your dad on the bag. That sounds like an interesting story there. You actually listened?
Yeah.
Did you listen to him at all? And when he gave you some advice or what?
Well, yes, he did give me some advice. He let me go in the beginning. He kind of let me go. Was doing the yardages, what I had to the front. Wasn't really telling me any clubs. And as we got going towards the end, I started to ask him, a couple things on what he thought, club wise. And then towards the end, what around the greens, I had a hard time reading the greens today. So towards the end, I, got his input on some things, and he helped me out a lot and told me afterwards that he was going to help me read the greens tomorrow because I think I misread some things today. So,
well, he does.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Well, he does have a reputation for being a pretty good putter there, so that might be some pretty good advice.
Yes, he does.
But obviously, you come from an athletic family. Your mother was an outstanding athlete, still played golf very well.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, your dad on the tour and that kind of thing. That's got to be a tremendous value and a tremendous resource for you to be able to utilize all of those different opinions and experiences and things like that.
Yes. Yeah, it's huge. Not only, with the golf swing and the technical things, but the mental side of things also. Everybody has, great input and awesome advice when it comes to that. My mom, like you said, my dad, and also my grandpa is huge in that also. So yeah, it's been awesome to have that.
From your experience, you were an outstanding tennis player, a state qualifier in tennis at Waunakee for 4 straight years and that kind of thing. Is there anything in that sport that you were able to utilize that is helping you in golf?
Yes and no. The technical side, a little bit. When it comes to, like wrist action or hands, touch, that really has helped. The mental game I've really struggled with, though, when I've made the switch to golf. Tennis for me was, it was easy to just, if we lost a point, the next point was going to happen in, 30 seconds. Where in golf, if you mess up, you have a long ways to walk to your ball, and that sort of thing. So the mental side has gotten, what has been hard to get used to, but, it's helped me in ways too,
How do you change mentally how you approach golf? Everybody probably does it differently, but in terms of where you've improved in that aspect, what have you done? Or how have you learned it?
Yeah. Well, the people around me for sure. And, one thing that they really stress hard on is, taking it one shot at a time. It's really easy to get ahead of yourself in the game. And something that I struggled with early on, and I still struggle with, and I'm sure a lot of people do, but that has gotten a lot better for me, where just focusing on, one shot at a time. I used to really focus on the technical part too when I'd be playing, where the club was, am I doing the right things? And I've really gotten better at just, hitting the ball to a spot, picking a target, hitting it there, and hitting that shot and moving on to the next.
People may or may not realize, as we mentioned, you were an outstanding tennis player in high school, and then all of a sudden you graduate from high school and you decide, I'm going to play more golf, and you walk on, and you're now a member of the Badger women's team. Your third year of school, as I understand, second year in terms of eligibility. What have you learned about yourself and your game, Bobby, in that transitional period?
Yeah, I've learned that I can actually do it. I've worked really hard at it. It's been really cool to see the progression that I've made in the short period of time. Right after I was done with my tennis season, solely on golf, and it's really cool to see in those, I don't even know how many years, I guess 2-ish, 3-ish years, how much I have improved, and it's really encouraging to know that, and I'm really excited to see what I can do coming up here and then the rest of my eligibility.
Grandpa, I want you to chime in here. What have you seen in terms of Bobby's game? What's the big improvement that she's made, and how significant is it? And Bobby's obviously not going to say this, but for somebody in her position to put herself in that position of walking on at the university and improving that much, give us your perspective on.
Well,
how
yeah,
she's done.
and she did improve, but her misses aren't so bad anymore. You don't see those big numbers of doubles and triple bogeys. She's learned how to manage. She listens to her inner voice better, but she's being trained pretty good. Steve keeps a pretty good eye, and Mom watches that pretty good so that we can keep her level and give her an opportunity to express herself and what she does feel, but then give an answer. It's one thing to not be able to give an answer that's concrete so that she can take. She's a pretty bright girl, so she understands what's going on. But what's really, really, really improved is her short game. I think she's a great putter, and she putts wonderful. I've watched her now for the last 3-4 months, even here, and how much she's improved. Now 76 is getting to be a high score. She shot 74 here before, and I know that she shot lower here at Cherokee. So just the fact that she's been able to, we talk about it, listen to her inner voice when she's playing, and that's what she's doing. And really, it's her hitting, not her dad, not her mom, not her grandpa, but it's her that's playing. And she's taken that to a level. But you'll notice just in talking to her now, she has that ability to express herself. She has that ability to move forward, to extend a hand, all those type of things that she had. It's carrying over to golf because that's what golf is. It's the most important shot in golf
Is your next one.
is the next one. And that's what she's telling you right here, that she's moving on. She's playing now. Before she was hitting and technical, now she's playing golf. And we're really excited about her. She's got 3 more years of eligibility here to play at the university. She's got great people around her, teammates. She just got admitted. I think I told you that she just got admitted to the School of Journalism.
Well, we're going to go into that in a minute.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
She's
I'll
gonna
shut up then.
She wants to take our job in broadcasting here. I got this figured out already. She's going to be sitting in this chair. No,
That's
I'm
right.
just
That's funny.
But before we get to that, Bobby, in terms of golf, where do you hope to take that golf career? Any goals, objectives there as you look ahead?
I've kind of made some short-term ones. I'll finish out this summer on a strong note. This tournament now is my last one for the summer. And then I'm hoping to crack into that. I mean, I loved playing as an individual. It was a huge thing for me last season, just to get experience in what college golf really is. But I have a huge goal of trying to crack that top 5 this fall and spring to try to play as a counter, I guess you could call it, for the team. So yeah, just taking it 1 year at a time.
Journalism school, what do you hope to do, Bobby, eventually? And what aspect of journalism do you know yet? Do you have any idea where you might want to head?
Yes. Yeah, it was a huge excitement to get into that school. It was awesome. I hope to study like the strategic communication advertising route that the journalism school offers. They have like a, reporting, more investigative type stuff, as a different route. So I'm going to go the other route and do the strategic communication stuff. But I hope to work out on the PGA Tour and help out with their social media and stuff like Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that. And, be able to interact with the players and the people that are out there on tour, I think would be awesome.
How about on camera, like the Golf Channel someday? Would that be a dream down the road? Would you like to get on that side of it?
Not so much in front of the camera. I'm kind of shy when it comes to that kind of stuff. I kind of like to be behind the scenes. So no, I would say to that.
But social media is a huge thing, and it's going to get even bigger, isn't it, in terms of golf and everything else? How do you look at that aspect of it?
I think it's awesome. I mean, I follow on social media the PGA Tour and the stuff that they do and the way that you can interact with, the pros that you don't normally interact with, or you don't see a certain side of those people, I think is super cool. And to be able to, interview or, I'm a huge photographer. I love photography. So to be able to incorporate like that kind of thing, like video and photography, and get to know those kind of people in a different setting, not just golf, I think is super interesting and would be really fun as a job.
Okay, let's pretend like you're interviewing Jordan Spieth. What would you ask him?
Oh my gosh, great question. I'd probably get away from the golf questions. Like get to know him and like his fun self. I don't know, like, does he have a dog? What's his favorite color? I don't know, stuff like that. Stuff that, and the normal people wouldn't really know about him,
In other words, don't ask the mundane questions that all sportscasters ask every week when we talk to these people.
That's right. How's your putting? All that stuff. Yeah.
I know somebody that does that once in a while.
That's right.
Okay. Well, we appreciate your spending some time with us on the show. And
you bet.
And sincerely, good luck with your career. Not
Thank
only
you.
in golf, but the future career. And I'm sure you're going to be involved in maybe we'd have an internship with the Golf Effect Show. I don't think
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Then Bobby going, no. I'm going to look other ways.
Yeah, well, she has a number of opportunities, obviously, but whatever she does, she'll do good.
Bobby, thanks, and good luck
Thank
to
you,
you.
guys.
Take care.
Thank you.
See you, honey.
That's
Thanks. Bye, Grandpa.
Bobby Stricker, and we'll be back on the Golf Effect Radio Network right after this timeout.
He dreams of playing in the big leagues, which is taking a toll on your dreams. Most people don't think about their home insurance until something happens. But talking to an American Family Insurance agent today can mean your dreams have better protection tomorrow. Visit amfam.com/home for a quote and see if your insurance measures up. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin 53783.
Hi, this is Dave Gary, and it's open house time at the Princeton Clubs. Come see what our clubs are all about. Try a class or just relax in our pools. Visit any of our clubs for free during our open house going on now. With more locations, more amenities, and more free classes, there's never been a better time to be a member of the Princeton Clubs. I think you'll be surprised how much better you'll feel just after a few visits. Plus, with our express locations all over the Madison area, you'll never be more than a few minutes away from your next workout. As a member, you'll also have access to Cherokee Country Club's outdoor pool to make the most out of your summer. So come try the Princeton Clubs today. Get inspired and start feeling great again. We keep our clubs spotlessly clean, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and with free childcare and no joining fees. And if you're ready to step up to the Princeton Clubs, we'll even buy out your current membership somewhere else. The Princeton Clubs, voted Madison's best health club year after year. Visit PrincetonClub.net for more details.
At Oak Park Place, they understand there are some loves that last a lifetime, like the love of the game, and they celebrate those things that make you uniquely you. Their community of friends, family, and caring staff provide support if you need it, while you enjoy your independence when you want it. Because they know that sharing memories of time well spent is just that, time well spent. Learn more about senior living at an Oak Park Place near you. Visit oakparkplace.com.
The University
right,
of
he's
Wisconsin
on the
Golf
phone.
Course, University Ridge, has been voted Best of Madison and is the proud host site of the PGA Tour Champions American Family Championship. Our course, designed by the world-renowned Robert Trent Jones Jr., is yours to play without a costly membership. The award-winning golf shop at University Ridge offers high-end Badger apparel you won't find anywhere else. And when you're off the course, enjoy excellent food and drink with friends at the W Grill. Play where the Badgers play, University Ridge.
Right now, Cherokee Country Club is offering outstanding introductory golf memberships. You can join Cherokee as an individual member for $2,400. Depending on your age, you can get a family membership that starts at only $2,900. Check it out for yourself. What you're going to find is the best deal in Madison when it comes to joining a golf club. And by the way, your membership also allows you to use all of the facilities at the Princeton Club and the Madison Club. If you're a business owner, Cherokee offers a voucher golf program that allows you to purchase 20 rounds of golf, good for 18 holes with a golf cart, for only $1,000. What a great way to entertain your clients, customers, or employees. Cherokee also offers memberships for swimming and indoor and outdoor tennis. And the public is welcome to use the driving range, restaurant, banquet facilities, or book a wedding there. For more information, call 249-1000 or visit the website at CherokeeCountryClub.net. Welcome back to Cherokee Country Club in Madison. Along with Dennis Tiziani, I'm Paul Brown, and joining us now is Gary Van Sickle. He's written golf for a long time, including with Sports Illustrated and a couple other spots, and still enjoying the game, not only as a player. Gary, welcome to the program. You're watching your son play today. Where's he at in his career, and how's he doing?
Well, he's kind of in that netherworld between making it and not making it. He's got his web.com card, but he's not exempt, which means he still has to do Monday qualifiers to get in web.com events. And he got it. He played last week at Peak and Peak, but he's only been in 3 of them this year and hasn't made $1,500. So he's on the money list, but not close to being exempt. The season's almost over. This week is the West Penn Open, which is like the Wisconsin State Open, only it's not quite as big a deal, oddly. And they played at Oakmont, and it pretty much kicked everyone's rear end, as Oakmont want to do. And ironically, the greens weren't that fast, and I've never seen Oakmont with the rough mowed down so much. So the easiest I've ever seen Oakmont, and yet nobody could do anything. So that's how hard Oakmont is. Even when there's no rough and the greens aren't 15, it's not a picnic.
Gary Van Sickle is with us, and I'm going to ask Dennis this question too. But Gary, I'm going to start with you. You've been involved in riding golf for a lot of years and have been experiencing a lot of different things at a lot of different levels. And you're watching your son here now. You can give a perspective of and an appreciation for the people that are playing the game at the top level, how difficult it really is, isn't it? There's a very few number of people that actually make it to the big circuit, so to speak.
Yeah, well, I think a good example, there's a lot of guys out there, and I'll pick two examples. There's a lot of guys playing on the web.com or even below who, if they had the opportunity to play 30 times on a tour, might be able to succeed in a year or two. I go back to Xander Schauffele, who won the Tour Championship last year, kind of came out of nowhere there in Hills and played his way onto the tour, played his way into the Tour Championship. And he was a web.com guy. And then this last week's winner at the John Deere, Michael Kim, played at Cal, was a good college player, kind of batted it around for 3 or 4 years. And all of a sudden, he gets hot and shoots 27 under.
Yeah.
Did he break Steve Stricker's records at John Deere? And, and suddenly he's arrived. The whole key to golf, and Tiz can back this up, is all these guys, wherever they are, they're good enough. They can shoot 63, 62 any given day, or they can have 4 rounds, or they're going to have 4 rounds where they're going to play great, and it's going to happen 2 or 3 times a year where they're going to shoot the lights out. The important thing is when you have that stretch, you need to be in a tournament that matters. You need to have had access. You need to be in the web.com or in the PGA Tour when you shoot 25 under, and it earns you some status to further your career. It needs to not be in a mini tour event and you win 3,000, or in the Wisconsin State Open, and I don't even know what first prize is there, 7,500 or 10,000. It has to, if you want to advance, you have to be on a tour and get hot. If you're getting hot other times, there's a guy named TJ Vogel. I think he's Monday qualified on the PGA Tour 6 or 7 times this year. That's awesome. But once he gets in the tournament, he hasn't gone anywhere with it. But the key is you have to be there. The whole game in golf is getting onto one of these tours, and that's the trick. Because there's 500 other guys exactly as good as you, maybe better, and you got to play well at the right time. And in Mike's case, he hadn't been able to do that.
Close. He's right on. You gotta get someplace. It's the name of the game in professional golf is how much money did you make? That's what it is. Everything's predicated on, they say, points, but it's on money. And you're not going to make money if you're not playing in a tournament where there is a lot of money. So you got to get there. Mario had that same issue. He had his tour card. He's out there. But man, he didn't get on any events until June. He played in January. He didn't get on. It was 4 or 5 months. He never got on. And then when he got in there, he missed the cut 6 times by 1 shot after shooting 63 in the first. So the point I'm making is that, it's getting out there, and you're right. If you're putting good for a month or playing good for a month, mostly putting good, you've got to make it during that period of time. And I think there's more to it, however, than just playing the game, than playing golf. It's how you're conducting yourself off the course and what you're doing. There's such a thing as working too hard, where when you get into the tournament, you're so arm weary from hitting so many balls during the week that you didn't focus on the right things. Chipping and putting and rest. That would be the deal once you get there. I've seen it happen too many times. I've been guilty of it myself. You go to play in an Open, you play in a major tournament, and there you are hitting balls all the time trying to find something. So preparation is a big item. But I know another thing, and in his son's case, you got to stick with it. You got to stay in there. You will find it. You got to keep improving. You got to listen to, to get into a development stage where you're working with not necessarily one person, but you will feel comfortable in talking to a number of people about what they do. Now, I did it. I talked to Jack Nicklaus. Okay, I did talk to Ben Hogan. Tom. On and on and on. People asked them questions and drew from them a common thread of what I was hearing. and then was able to move, from there. Unfortunately, couldn't stay out there long enough, in order to keep going. And that's part of the deal. I mean, it's expensive to stay there. I mean, I played in 31 tournaments in my last year. And, but man, it's a tough deal. And especially if you have a family. How do you stay out there? I got a wife and 3 kids at home, and I'm not making any money, and I'm gone for 2 months at a time. I mean, it's a tough deal, to do.
The other thing, Tiz, and you mentioned Mario, the other thing is your first go around on any tour, you're playing against Jim Furyk. These guys, they've played 80 rounds at this course in the tournament. And, you may not even be in the Pro-Am on Wednesday, so you get to stay in Tuesday, and that's kind of it. So you're at a big local knowledge disadvantage against all these guys you're playing with. So, I mean, the new guy, all the odds are stacked against him. You probably get the last time or one of the last 2 times in the morning wave or the afternoon wave. I mean, there's a lot of adversity you got to overcome if you're even able to get there. And that's why you see so many guys, when they get there, they don't make it their first time. They need 2 or 3 go-rounds because now they get to play some of these courses and all that. So, there's a lot of hurdles to overcome, and guys like Patrick Reed and going back to Justin Leonard, Justin I think played his way onto the tour if I recall. That's pretty hard to do now, and Jordan Spieth did that, but a handful of great guys were able to do that, and everybody else is kind of fighting it on. Fight until the reshuffle, and the odds are against them and the numbers are against them.
When I played, you could qualify to go right to the event. Today, you can't do that. Today, you got to go through the process. You could go to Canadian Tour, or you go to South African Tour, finish in the top 25, move into a qualified, be exempt to the 3rd stage, then get into the 3rd stage. Now you got to finish top 25 in the web.com, and then you get your tour card. Otherwise, you're still out there again. And there's money there, and it's good, and there's a lot of sponsor money and stuff like that now. So there's more of that. When I played, 100,000 was the leading money winner. Jack Nicklaus, 100,000 leading money winner. Now, I mean, you make the cut, you make 100, so it's a total different, but you have to be able to stay with it. One more point on that is that a lot of the people I knew and those that are out there are playing golf, but they do not have a fallback position. In other words, they can't go back into their daddy's business or this.
What are they going to do if they don't play?
My point is, then you better start playing. And that's what you need to do. You have to have that focus that you don't have. Now, let's take a guy like one we know real well, Steve Stricker. Where was his fallback position? His degree, and he did his stuff here, was in sports management. Really?
I don't see him standing behind the counter in a pro shop.
I don't see it at all. So, he had a single purpose. He's going to make it. There's just no way he's not going to make it.
Right? Mike Van Sickle has said on more than one occasion, I don't have a plan B because I have to make plan A work. Right. It's kind of an incentive. Like, I intentionally don't have a fallback because I'm going to make this work.
That's
by
right.
gosh.
That's right. That's what he should do.
But it's just awfully tough because everybody else is good.
Well,
we're chatting with Gary Van Sickle, and Gary, from the way you've seen it over the years, and like I said, you've covered golf a number of years. In terms of the money, in terms of equipment, in terms of the amount of people playing the game, the scores they're shooting, as you look ahead for the next 10, 12 years in golf, for the development of the game and the tour level, from a guy that's followed it closely all those years, what would your concerns, or what would you, if you looked in that crystal ball, what do you see?
Well, I hate to even go there, Paul, because I'm kind of Mr. Doom and Gloom.
Right.
Really, the only 2 entities in golf that are really successful right now are the PGA Tour and Golf Channel. And Golf Channel, in large part, to the affiliation with NBC, which really pulled their rear ends out of the fire.
Right.
If you look at golf clubs, the equipment industry, everybody else, maybe Top Golf is hot for a while, but I think that's somewhat of a fad. But we're basically seeing fewer golfers play fewer rounds a year on fewer courses. And these numbers of the participation numbers are being held up by the guys like me. I'm the tail end of the baby boomers. And we got another 5 or 10 years before we fall and break our hips or drop dead, and we're out of the game. And who's behind us? I tell you, if you think, we've got a golf course closing about every other day, right now. once the baby boomers fade out of the picture, the rug gets pulled out from under. So, and it depends. I mean, there are courses that are going to be successful based on location and population, but there's just too many golf courses for the number of people who are left who still want to play golf. And I'm really concerned about that. And, I think you're even starting to see it affect the PGA Tour. Go look at that new PGA Tour schedule. I haven't crunched the numbers yet, but they got rid of a FedEx Cup event. They basically they got rid of a couple events, moved them to the fall. And, all that does, you took an event with an $8 or $9 million purse and replaced it with an event with a $3 or $4 million purse. So there's still almost as many tournaments, but now there's more in the fall with smaller purses. So even the tour is kind of starting to feel the effects. They've done a great job of finding sponsors for, their three tours, the PGA, the Sears, and the Web.com. It's about 95 to 100 sponsors. It's been phenomenal, but maybe we're finally even hitting the wall there. So, I just concerned. I don't understand why golf fell out of favor. I don't understand exactly how the world changed, or, it's related to computers. I mean, computers have taken eyeballs away from every activity, not just golf. Participation numbers are down in nearly every single activity we have. So there's going to be there's a big rise in computer gaming, and maybe that's the future. But I love golf. It kills me when these golf courses close. And there's a lot of courses right now, they're hanging on by a thread. They're mom and pop courses, and Tiz would know this better than I do. But there's a lot of courses where people have 2 or 3 million sunk in their course. Right now, they can only sell it for 1.2. They can't afford to sell. They can't afford to stay open. They just kind of are between a rock and a rock, and there's no place for them to go. And next thing you know, they close the doors and it's grown over because nobody wants it, or maybe if they do want it, somebody comes in and builds some condos on it. So I think it's a depressing atmosphere, and I feel terrible about it because we all love golf, and it was so popular in the 90s, and for suddenly the world to turn around like this, it's really shocking to me.
But there's 27 courses for sale in the state of Wisconsin.
That's just one state.
That's for sale that you know about.
Yeah.
And how many, if you went to them and offered them a price?
There might be 50 or
right. So he's hit it on right. And there's too much supply, too much inventory and not enough supply to fill.
Yeah. What happened to the demand? Where did everybody go? Why did everybody quit playing? I don't get it.
Well, it did get too hard. In some courses. I mean, some of these people, now, there's 4 big categories to grow this game. 4 categories that do the game. One, this guy who plays 150 rounds a year. You're not going to make any money on him. He playing this. And another one is 50 rounds. Okay, fine. Where you're going to make your money on this person that plays 5 times a year and getting him, her, family out to play, and one who hasn't played at all. And now we're going to go back into another thing, which we talked about earlier, this PGA stuff. Okay,
Gary, can you hang with us? We got to take a break. That's where I want to go next with this. We'll be back with Gary Van Sickle and Tiz right after this time out on the Golf Effect Radio Network.
You wake up in the morning, turn
I'm
off
taking
your
a step
alarm,
out quick,
flip on
Dave.
the lights. With the push of a button, TVs, radios, coffee makers, and computers come alive in our homes. Automation and technology are keeping local businesses running and the economy growing. You don't think twice about all that powers our everyday life. We count on the stable, reliable transmission of electricity. And that's what American Transmission Company is all about. American Transmission Company, helping to keep the lights on, businesses running, and communities strong.
At Oak Park Place, they understand there are some loves that last a lifetime, like the love of the game, and they celebrate those things that make you uniquely you. Their community of friends, family, and caring staff provide support if you need it, while you enjoy your independence when you want it. Because they know that sharing memories of time well spent is just that, time well spent. Learn more about senior living at an Oak Park Place near you. Visit oakparkplace.com.
The University of Wisconsin Golf Course, University Ridge, has been voted Best of Madison and is the proud host site of the PGA Tour Champions American Family Championship. Our course, designed by the world-renowned Robert Trent Jones Jr., is yours to play without a costly membership. The award-winning golf shop at University Ridge offers high-end Badger apparel you won't find anywhere else. And when you're off the course, enjoy excellent food and drink with friends at the W Grill. Play where the Badgers play, University Ridge.
He dreams of playing in the big leagues, which is taking a toll on your dreams. Most people don't think about their home insurance until something happens. But talking to an American Family Insurance agent today can mean your dreams have better protection tomorrow. Visit amfam.com/home for a quote and see if your insurance measures up. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin 53783.
The mighty Blue Marlin.
Dave, just an FYI, you have one more break after this.
Almost at the side of the boat. It's the moment of truth. Because there's never been a better time to test drive the 2018 Mercedes-Benz GLC. With a smooth 9-speed transmission, it loves to run. Set course for your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. Visit mbusa.com/GLC to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Wisconsin. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white
25.
before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Wisconsin so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Back on Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network, along with Dennis Tiziani. I'm Paul Braun, and Gary Van Sickle is joining us. Gary, a longtime golf writer. Here's the piggyback that I want to go into. I was in the Twin Cities over the weekend, and I stopped at a driving range at Braemar.
Golf range.
And there was probably legitimately 25 to 30 stalls there, and they were all full. So I'm sitting on the bench waiting for the stall to open, and what I'm leading to is exactly what you guys are talking about. Where are the people going? I was sitting there and just thinking about, I'm an owner in the golf business, and I'm watching these people hit balls, and I see the different swings, guys and gals with expensive drivers topping the ball, people shanking shots. They're hitting irons that aren't even close to their target line. A lot of them couldn't chip to save their soul, so to speak, and a vast majority don't have a clue what to do to correct that problem. And those are the people I'm thinking of that are going to be the future of the golf business. That seems to be, there's a major letdown, is there not, Tiz, in terms of teaching people the game of golf. I'll bet you 27 of the 30 people on that range had no idea what they were doing wrong or how to correct it.
But if they aren't progressing in their game, they're going to eventually quit.
That's, yeah.
And you need to have that progress. So, I go both ways on this thing. I make a statement, and you've heard me say it many times. If there's enough private inventory inside of the golf business, i.e. golf courses, then the public sector shouldn't be in it. There shouldn't be any city courses and stuff like that. Now let's go the other way. In order for that public sector to survive, they have to have some monies to do it, and then everybody participates, different than in a person or a privately owned place that has to. So there's got to be some entry-level golf, some way where it's affordable that they can get in, not $500 to $700 drivers and stuff. Like I said, I would take that money and advise somebody, take the $500 and buy 10 lessons or 5 lessons and learn how to do that. Now, one other step. I think that, and this, I don't really want to slam anybody as far as PGA goes, but, I always, where are all the teachers?
That's so, yeah, exactly.
Where are those people? And I don't blame the PGA or these people, but, the board of directors at the various clubs and or owners have to make a commitment and a statement that they're going to have to bring somebody on board, and that that is their job. Their job is to teach them, not, here you go out there and charge your $85 and $100 an hour, that type of thing. Make it worthwhile, so that person has to go ahead and take a look at the handicap sheet and see that men, women, juniors, they're progressing towards a better handicap. And that should be reviewed and be the basis of the review of the teacher, whether it be PGA, whatever status that you have, and whatever person that you're hiring to take care of your group. Without your people progressing, they aren't going to come there.
Right.
They aren't going to keep playing.
So
that's where it is. And now we get into the other thing of the PGA side of the deal here, where it became a dues collection business. My opinion again. Hope I don't offend anybody, but that's the way I see it. And I guess you know me and know well enough on a no filter basis that I don't see where the PGA is going out and attracting people. I.e., there is no retirement program in our PGA. Can you imagine? I've been there 50 years. My dad, 50 years, and there's no retirement. What professional organization today doesn't have a retirement program? And you're not going to attract people so that you get in there and you work hard for the end game. You know what the end game is? They let you go, and you can take your merchandise, and that's that. It's over. So there has to be more of a commitment. Doesn't blame the PGA or doesn't blame but it's the people that need to hire those people to make that work. And
and Tiz, go back to what Paul said, and I wrote this recently, and one or two people got on me for being critical, but most people who play golf, almost the overwhelming majority, are no good at it. The average male handicap is almost 17, which means he breaks 90 once in a while.
Right.
The female's handicap is 29, which means she's barely breaking 110. We've got the entire golf industry set up. It's geared, almost everything, and especially course design, is geared to the elite player, of which is 2 to 3% of the people who play golf.
Precisely.
Name another business that tries to attract 3% of its potential customers.
Right.
You got Nicklaus and Palmer and Reese Jones, Trent Jones Jr. building these golf courses with all these forced carries and all these hazards in 3 tiers on the greens. These people are 17 and 25 handicappers. Right. They can't play these courses. They're no fun. Get rid of the forced carries. Get rid of some of the bunkers. Get rid of some of the water hazards. Let these people have fun. Harder is not better. And, I just came from the place where that's their mantra of the members, Oakmont. They love harder. There are a bunch of masochists out there, and they've infected really the entire Pittsburgh golf scene, because a lot of other clubs want to be like Oakmont. Right. When I first moved here back in '98, played one of the courses that was pretty good, and I was thinking about joining there. When I got done, the guy said, "We think our greens are faster than Oakmont," and I wanted to say, "Well, why is that a good idea?" The reason I didn't join there, all the greens were sloped back to front. They were really fast.
Right.
You can't even be pin high, much less past the pin. I thought, do I want to spend the rest of my life hitting to the front edge of every green? That's stupid. And these designers are the guys, personally, in the 80s and 90s, and I hate to blame Nicklaus and Pete Dye, but they built these golf courses that are too hard because they were pretending that each course was going to hold the U.S. Open, and they never were.
And our
USGA, and they had these developers who don't know anything about golf. They thought harder was better. And Nicklaus and Pete Dye and all these guys should have told them, they was great. It fed their ego. It's like, yeah, I'll go try to build a top 100 course. That's not what the market needed. The market needed a fast play, low maintenance golf course. And Nicklaus and all these designers should have told the developer, okay, I know you think you want harder, but you don't, and here's why. But none of that happened, and we've got a bunch of courses with a slope rating of 145 that are no fun to play for anybody. Even if you're good, it's not fun to play.
Right. Gary, we got to wrap it up. Thank you very much. We could continue this conversation for a long time.
We'll call him again.
Gary, thanks a lot. We'll be back for final thoughts after this time out on the Golf Effect Radio Network.
Hi, this is Dave Gary, and it's open house time at the...
Hey, Dave, what time are you out by again?
passes, there's never been a better time to be a member of the Princeton Clubs. I think you'll be surprised how much better you'll feel just after a few visits. Plus, with our express locations all over the Madison area, you'll never be more than a few minutes away from your next workout. As a member, you'll also have access to Cherokee Country Club's outdoor pool to make the most out of your summer. So come try the Princeton Clubs today. Get inspired and start feeling great again.
Hold on a second,
We
Dave.
keep our clubs spotlessly clean, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and with free childcare and no joining fees. And if you're ready to step up to the Princeton Clubs, we'll even buy out your current membership somewhere else. The Princeton Clubs, voted Madison's
Dave, you're
best
going to
health
have
club
about
year after year.
247
Visit
here.
PrincetonClub.net for more details.
We're not your electric company, but we help move power to your community. We don't generate electricity, but our grid helps to energize your everyday life. We provide stable, reliable energy transmission from the energy sources to your home or business. We are American Transmission Company, the vital link between
Check
the
that,
power
Dave.
production
That's
and
I'm
the
wrong
people
on
who
that.
count
That's
on it.
before the 1.5
American
minute stop loss
Transmission
play.
Company,
So you're going to have a
helping to
minute
keep the lights on,
17.
businesses running, and communities strong.
He
Yeah,
dreams
you'll
of
have
playing in the big leagues,
117.
which is taking a toll on your dreams. Most people don't think about their home insurance until something happens. But talking to an American Family Insurance agent today can mean your dreams have better protection tomorrow. Visit amfam.com/home for a quote and see if your insurance measures up. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin 53783.
Right now, Cherokee Country Club is offering outstanding introductory golf memberships. You can join Cherokee as an individual member for $2,400. Depending on your age, you can get a family membership that starts at only $2,900. Check it out for yourself. What you're going to find is the best deal in Madison when it comes to joining a golf club. And by the way, your membership also allows you to use all of the facilities at the Princeton Club and the Madison Club. If you're a business owner, Cherokee offers a voucher golf program that allows you to purchase 20 rounds of golf, good for 18 holes with a golf cart, for only $1,000. What a great way to entertain your clients, customers, or employees. Cherokee also offers memberships for swimming and indoor and outdoor tennis. And the public is welcome to use the driving range, restaurant, banquet facilities, or book a wedding there. For more information, call 249-1000 or visit the website at
30 seconds.
CherokeeCountryClub.net.
With elevated tee shots featuring majestic 30-mile views into the surrounding bluffs and expansive greens that are fast and true, Wild Rock Golf Club in Wisconsin Dells should be on your must-play list this season. 5 sets of tee boxes challenge all skill levels, from scratch golfers to resort guests. Numerous lodging options and amenities are also available. Wild Rock Golf Club at the Wilderness Resort in Wisconsin Dells. Call us today at 608-253-4653 or book online at wildrockgolf.com. That's wildrockgolf.com.
We're back on Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network. Want to quickly pass along, you have an opportunity to support the Golf Effect charity and to play Wild Rock or UW Ridge. $50 Monday through Thursday. We have 50 passes for Wild Rock and we have 50 passes for UW Ridge. Some of them have been sold. They're $50 a piece. And all of the money comes to the Golf Effect. You get an opportunity to play 2 of the premier golf courses in the state. The passes, I think, are going to go pretty quick. So go to the golfeffect.org website, and on there you'll see where you can buy
30.
passes. And all you got to do is do it through PayPal, and the passes will be sent to you by the people here at Cherokee. And we hope you'll support the Golf Effect charity and play golf at the same time. For Kevin Ryan, for Dave McCann, Dennis Tiziati, I'm Paul Brown. That's another edition of Talking Golf. We'll be back next week to do it at the same time from Cherokee Country Club here in Madison.
All right, you're clear.
Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Network is on the air. Talking Golf is brought to you by American Transmission Company, ATC, helping you keep the lights on. Business